this ever-changing economy of ours today, what does a business, especially in the creative space, what do they need to do to keep relevant or to remain relevant in the business or in anything?
I mean, it's not only the creative industry, but for any business out there. I mean, who knew that we would order for food online? Who knew that we would order for borders online? You see, the ability to be flexible and adapt to the changing trends is something that is very key for any organization. Do not be mind blocked or you keep yourself within a block and say, you know what, for me this is how my organization will run. We will not go online. We will not use digital tools. Well, you might find yourself out of business. So it's very key that whenever the global trends are changing, as an organization, you need to be flexible and adapt. And I'm not saying completely change your model of business, but you just have to tweak a few things to remain relevant. So really, don't be, hard or stiff to be flexible. And of course, it comes off with an investment. Don't assume that you're going to go online and not invest a few things. Perhaps you have to do a training for your team to be well conversant with the new tools. We've seen a lot of us teleworking. I mean, you got there's Zoom, there's Teams, all these things. Some of us were not well conversant with them in the beginning. I mean, sometimes you're there, you're speaking, the microphone is on mute, and then someone will tell you, unmute your microphone. So really, it's about learning. It's about, changing, and change doesn't come comfortable. It's going to be a little shaky, it's going to make you a bit uncomfortable, but you have to change nonetheless. You have to move with the way the economy is moving. You have to be flexible, and I must say, learn how to adapt. Do not remain stagnant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for sharing that with us. So learn how to adapt to any changes that come in, because that is how people grow, or that is how.
Yes, and just to share a bit of a snippet, it's also very key that at this time we're seeing a lot of collaborations happening. Yeah, you're going to find yourself collaborating with different people from different fields to remain relevant. And I'll give you an example. We were starting up a game. I have no clue in game development. I don't even know what it entails. But there are experts who can do that. So how then do you work with people in a different segment to bring whatever it is that you're working on to life, but also complement one another? So in this time, do not say I am the expert at something and I'm not willing to share. It's very, very key that you are a partner or a business that is willing to, let's say you're supplying coffee, or farmers are supplying coffee to you, and because the markets, the prices are hiking and there's limited coffee, and you're like, I'm not going to share with people where I get my supplies from. Yet, if you're going to increase your market base, you need more people and more, restaurants, whatever the chain is. So how do you collaborate and interconnect and have that ecosystem to keep you relevant, but to keep you in business as well?
Yeah, thank you for that add-up. Like you're sharing, things keep coming. So thank you for adding that to us. So Miss Aisha, let's talk about the vision and mission of the business. How important is this in guiding a business to reach its truest potential?
Okay, let's use a practical example. Well, I've never slaughtered a chicken, but I usually use this to kind of give people an in-depth insight on what it looks, or what's the importance of a vision and mission. So when you slaughter a chicken, right?
Yeah.
And you let it go before it fully dies, what happens?
I hear it runs away.
it rotates in circles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now that's exactly what happens to anybody that doesn't have a mission and vision. You're going to find yourself rotating in circles. You're going to find yourself in the same position, frustrated and asking yourself, why aren't I taking off? And that is because you don't know where you're headed. This chicken has no head, so it's going to rotate in circles and you realize it's in the same position. So it's very, very key that from the get-go, your mission and vision is clear. You know where you want to be 10 years from now. You know where, of course, a few things will change here and there, depending on the environment, but not driftly or significantly change, right? So it's very key that you define your mission and vision, because it's the driving force to your roadmap. It's the driving force that is going to wake you up. And break it down. A vision sometimes seems a block. Sometimes it feels impossible. But when you break it down to the smallest details and the tasks, which is why having a strategic plan as well is quite very important. And it's those small daily tasks, those small daily orders that are going to, keep you going to reach your vision. So it seems so big, but when you break them down to daily activities, weekly activities, you're working towards your vision. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is. Otherwise, you'll end up like a headless chicken.
Headless chicken. Oh yeah. Thanks. Thank you. It's quite interesting, people. Yes, you've had her. To have a vision and a mission is very important, because it's like, I should say, it's like a tool that is going to help you, or it's going to guide you on how to get to the next point, if I'm right. So if you want to start up something, consider these two things, vision and mission, because they will eventually help you grow or get to where you want to go. So thank you for that.